Stuart Smith.
Mr Chair, it's a pleasure to rise for the part 3 of this Committee of the Whole House, which relates to the Inland Revenue Act. I've listened with interest to some of the contributions coming across the House this evening, and I think it's been quite interesting. I note one of the speakers pointed out that submitters were grateful for the increases but didn't feel they'd gone far enough. And I think that actually aligns up with quite a few of the opposition's contributions this evening. I think that's quite ironic because that particular party had 9 years in government and chose not to do anything about it. So, and I think they may well yawn, Mr. Speaker, but Mr. Chair, but really it must be a real source of embarrassment for them when we come to part 3, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, that this deals very much with how people receive their abatements and so on. And we've also heard quite a bit of contributions about which is the best way to deal with raising these particular benefits to those people, and how that's not far enough because it doesn't get up close to the wages and people working. But that's the point. Really, benefits are there as a safety net, and the benefit to families and children living in a family that works, where their parent or parents are working or caregivers, and that example that they see every day is worth lots and lots to those people, which cannot be measured in dollar terms. And I think that that's been completely forgotten by the other side. And it's very easy to complain and just say, look, one person alluded to a bill that would have added $50 a week to the abatement rate. That's all very well if you don't have to balance the books. And what about the people that are out there working and showing that great example to their families about what the benefit of a day's work is? And actually, when you've earned the money yourself, it's far more worth it to you, and you will spend it more carefully than something that's given to you, which actually tends to have not much value at all. But, Mr. Chair, I really was quite interested at the arguments about the vehicle for increasing benefits, because you can go backwards and forwards across it. But ministers considered this very carefully. The Minister herself has had a lot of time on this bill. She's talked to officials who've done a lot of work on this, and I was very impressed when we had them in to the Select Committee about the breadth and depth of their knowledge on this particular issue. And when we had some thoughts from them rebutting some of the evidence given in Select Committee, it was pretty clear that the solution that was chosen was the one that's most appropriate and delivers the best solution, given what is the aim of that, and that is not to take it right up to the wages that people are earning, because actually that's not the right incentive that we should be sending. And I think I support that, and I think that it is brave, that's leadership, but that's exactly what people elect governments to do, is to lead and make tough decisions. And I commend the Minister for taking that stand, and to go such a wide net and then pull it back into what is actually going to give an elegant solution to raising benefits. First time in 43 years, I think that deserves a round of applause almost, but I'm sure we won't get it from the other side of the House. But so, Mr. Chair, I also was quite interested that the Greens were quite adamant about how these things keep missing out and how they were not quite enough. All of these submitters that came in are seeking more increases and greater solutions in that area. That's their job to do that, to advocate for as much as they can get, go past what's actually needed to try and get more. That's their job. So, Mr. Chair, I am very happy to commend this to the House. Thank you.
Well said.